Feminine women of New York will recognize themselves. Hello, ladies. Thanks for tuning in. Before we start, please like and subscribe. And don't forget that you can have free chapters of my Femininity guide, How to Bag a High Caliber Man in 12 Weeks. So this week, I have a little surprise. I'm going to tell you a little bit more at the end of this video. So today, I want to talk about how to know that you have a feminine energy. And as maybe you know already, like I always mention New York and all of that, but it's actually applicable to the entire planet because when you have a strong feminine energy, you just have it. It doesn't matter like if you are in China, like your location and your country of origin is irrelevant because like energy doesn't have, a nationality. Okay, so you have many ways to be feminine and we all have different personality traits and some of them are more dominant than others. But a woman who is feminine, she's just feminine. And when you look at her, you can just tell like, oh my gosh, she's like so woman. So yeah, I want us to go over that. The other day I was watching a video of Leila Hormozi. For those of you who don't know her, she's married to Alex Hormozi and they're both entrepreneurs, extremely successful and all of that. So yeah, I have been checking her content lately and she showed something that I found very interesting and I think this is applicable to femininity as well. So let's go. So I really like this pyramid. I want you to look at this carefully. So look at the bottom. So in red, pinkish red, you see unconscious incompetence. So here, when you are at that stage, you don't know that you are a pick me and you don't know that you have wounded feminine energy. You just think this is part of you and this is how you are. And I can relate to that because initially I didn't know that I was a pick me. I didn't know that I had anxious attachment. I just thought that, oh, okay, I like him. And when I like a guy, I'm always like that. So I'm saying that for you to realize that if right now you have a lot of anxiety when you date a guy, like you overthink things, it keeps you up at night, you are constantly waiting for the text and all of that. This is anxious attachment and this is you being in wounded feminine energy. And I also want you to know that that's not normal. That's not how you're supposed to love. And when you are confident and you are like, secure when dating men who turn you on, you aren't supposed to feel that anxiety. Men are supposed to feel that because for them it's like very positive, it's very like stimulating. They are thinking about all the things they need to do to seduce you and to have you and all of that. But for you, it's not a good thing because you can't be stressed for a long period of time and you're gonna know it anyway when you're gonna be ready to work on that. Like spirit will tell you that it's time and you're gonna start to meet people who are more secure and you're gonna learn from them. So maybe this is what has been happening for you right now because you are now following me, you're following my page on social media, on Instagram, maybe you read my book, maybe you are considering joining my programs and all of that. So you see, when you are ready, the teacher will appear. There is that Japanese quote that says, when the student is ready, the master appears. And this is what happened to me when I was ready to heal my anxious attachment, the teacher appeared. It's the same for me. It's going to be the same for you. It's going to be the same thing for all of your friends. Okay. And it's not just in dating, it's all areas of your life. Like anytime you're going to have to heal something and you're going to be ready to heal that part of yourself, the teacher will appear. And then the second layer is conscious incompetence. So when you are there, you understand that there is something wrong and that you need to work on that. So here you read books, you attend seminars, you join classes, you follow some teachers on social media, you join programs, you buy courses and all of that. And then little by little, you start to gain competence. And this is what my students are getting. And I want you to hear.
Hi, Eunice. So I wanted to give you a little update on just about everything. You're really right in that, like, when I choose myself and prioritize myself, I learn to love myself more. And I think also I've started to stop being so, I guess, controlling in life, stop being so fixated about like specific things that will happen. I don't know how to really explain it, but I've become more relaxed in life, and I guess a lot of it has to do with the fact that, I mean, obviously I'm Catholic, like I'm Christian. I believe in God, and I've been trusting God more to provide for me. And I'll tell you a story of something that happened today. So I'm on my way to Germany, and I had a layover here in Amsterdam. So so the layovers was long, so I like visited the city, and then I boarded my flight to go to Germany, and then we were very close to taking off, and then we stopped all of a sudden. And it turns out that there was a mechanical issue on the plane, and because of that, my flight was eventually the flight was canceled. And I got rebooked onto a flight for tomorrow, and I was provided with the hotel room and a food voucher, and like basically all my needs were provided to me by the airline. And honestly, like, I found that I was very calm during all of this. A similar thing happened to me almost a little over a year and a half ago, where my flight was uh, delayed a lot due to a mechanical failure on the aircraft, and because of that, I missed my connecting flight to go to France. And during this time, I was so stressed out. I was freaking out. I was just all over the place. Like my emotions were out of control. But like this time around, big difference. It was a complete opposite. I just was like, like it's okay. Like I'm going to be taken care of. I'm not going to freak out. Like this happens. Like mechanical problems happen. It's okay if I can't get to Germany today. I know I'll get there tomorrow, and there is a reason why God allowed this to happen. So I've been a lot more just relaxed in life, and I think I just really needed this getaway because obviously, like this past week, as you know, I was kind of going through that emotional problems with the guy, and honestly, I'm kind of getting better from that. And and I realized that, like, I've grown in another part of my femininity, and that, like, even though I'm stressed about some aspects in life, like, I don't carry that stress with me when I am interacting with men or with other people. I find that I'm more pleasant when I'm interacting with people, and then when I'm interacting with men, I find that I think I just get into my feminine state now. Like it's becoming second nature to me. It's not something that I have to really try hard to be. It's becoming a lot more of my personality now. Like I'm more of myself. Like I actually went on a date with a guy recently. I actually caught the attention of a professional football player. It's crazy. I never thought in my teenage years that I would be able to attract a professional athlete. But here I am. I went on a date with a professional athlete. And the thing is, like, I know, like, this guy probably has a lot of options, and a lot of women are throwing themselves at him. He told me that he hasn't been in a relationship for 3 years because he's very specific about what he wants in a girl, and which is fine. I mean, I feel like everyone has their types. And I enjoyed my time with them, and he still is talking to me and wants to get to know me, and stuff like that, which is great. And when I was with them, I didn't place him on a pedestal, like, or anything. Like, I was just myself. Like, I knew that he had to be the one to impress me. Like, it was not me that I impressing him. It's like I have to be myself. Like, I know I'm the prize, and he's the one that sought me out, and he's the one who needs to try to seduce me. It's not me doing it the other way around. And I think, like, he told me at the end of our date, like, he thinks that I'm really special, and that, like, he really wants to get to know me more and stuff, which I'm happy about. But, like, I'm not, like I said, I'm not placing him on a pedestal. I'm not idolizing him. He's just a guy that I'm talking to. And I'm really starting to enjoy life more because I also had this fear, of, like, when I turned 25, like, I was afraid that like I had a limited amount of time to get children, to get married, stuff like that. But lately I've been feeling like, I don't need to be afraid of turning 26, 27, or 28. Like I'm I'm living the best life I could possibly live right now. I mean, obviously I need to work hard on some things, but like right now I'm happy and I know like things are only going to get better. It's not like things are going to get worse later on because I guess I fell into that whole like red pill manosphere talk where like they're saying, oh yeah, after 25 women's life's only going to get worse if they don't get married and have children. I mean, yes, I do desire that one day, but I'm not desperate for it. And that like when the time is ready, it will come. Until then, I just need to work on myself and put myself out there, you know. So yeah, this is kind of my update on like my personal growth, and I really just wanted to share it with you.
So you see, as you gain competencies, you become more confident. And then above that, you have conscious competence. So here you see, you start to become competent, but you are still, faking it in the sense where it's not totally who you are. So you know that, okay, to show that I have charisma, I have to do this and that and that. To act like the prize, I have to do this and that and that. So a lot of people who are new to personal development. What happens is like they think, yeah, that's not being authentic. Here, when you reach the conscious competence level, what's happening is like you kind of fake it and you fake it till you make it. And people who are new to personal development, they're gonna be like, yeah, I don't want to fake femininity. This is like this not being authentic and all of that. But I want you to understand that you are feeling that discomfort and you think like that because that's not who you are for now, but little by little it's gonna become who you are. And what I always say is that what I teach is not about playing mind games or anything like that. And I know it's not mind games because I always tell the women that I coach that it's okay to be honest and to tell them why you think that way. So, for example, when it comes to not sleeping with a guy outside of a commitment, it's okay for you to tell him, yeah, this is not my pace. If we aren't committed, if we aren't in love with one another, we are just friends at this stage. So, if we are friends, we don't get intimate. This is an example of one of the standards that are totally okay. And also, even when you're gonna read my book, you're gonna see that all the things that I share there are standards that you should live by and that you also need to communicate, because when you communicate those standards, you make yourself more attractive. Communicating your standards make you look more attractive. They're not high maintenance. Okay. So I have a little surprise for you. So this is summer right now, unless you live in Australia, but this is summer for most of us. So I have a little surprise for you. If you buy my book, How to Bag a High Caliber Man, for the next few days, I have an exclusive module to send you to help you get commitment, especially during summer. So all the strategy is laid out for you, and all you have to do is get the book. So honestly, like if you are new to my work and new to my page and you want to see a little bit what it looks like to work with me and to try my strategy. So if you want to see why those women got the results that you can see here, maybe you are new to femininity and you don't necessarily struggle with anxious attachment, but you are more, clueless when it comes to the male psychology and having, a blueprint that helps you get commitment. Well, I want to tell you that you have my book, How to Bag a High Caliber Man in 12 Weeks. There, I laid out the entire strategy for you. All you have to do is you follow them. I tell you what to do each week until you get commitment anywhere between months 2 and 3. You know that men fall in love anywhere between 2 to 3 months. This is the reason why the book is called How to Bag a High Caliber Man in 12 Weeks. So I guide you, I take you by the hand for the entire weeks. Every week you have a strategy to implement. Like it's so effective, it's so easy. You don't have to think about anything. I explain everything for you. I laid out the entire strategy for you. This is the reason why so many women are getting incredible success. It's way cheaper than personalized coaching because for personalized coaching is minimum like 1,500. So you see, you can try my advice for very little money exclusively for the next few days. You need to act fast because when it's gone, it's gone. So let's continue with the graph. And you see there is that last layer that is unconscious competence. And when you are there, you start to have insane feminine energy. You know how to influence. So you see when you reach that layer of unconscious competence, this is where femininity becomes natural to you. You become a magnet. And there aren't many women who know how to magnetize a masculine man. You can see that a man can like them and all of that, but you won't say that the mind is truly magnetized. And you get to that level when you developed that unconscious competence and you worked on your feminine energy on a very deep level, and only a few do that. So if you want to get to that level, I encourage you to start with my book, How to Back a High Caliber Man in 12 Weeks. You're gonna see that you're gonna stand out from the crowd. So if you want commitment this summer, click the link in my bio. I will see you there. Bye bye.